Who wrote this book? How can you tell? Today we're going to read our final book by Jan Brett. What other books have you heard by Jan Brett so far? What do you remember about them? This book is called Honey, Honey, Lion. What do you notice on the cover? This story is about the special relationship between a bird called a honey guide and a badger called a honey badger. Honey badger and honey guide. These are two real animals that live in Africa. Let's read the story and just find out how their relationship changes one day. In Africa, the honey guide and the honey badger are partners when it comes to honey. The little bird follows a bee to its hive, and then she leads the honey badger there to break it open with its big, strong claws. Together, they share the sweetness, and that is the way it has always been. Maybe this day Badger was hungrier than usual. Maybe he forgot about Honey Guide, who showed him the way. Or could he have been thinking, my strong claws do all the hard work? Whatever the reason, that day Badger would not share. That's not very nice of Badger. How do you think Honey Guide feels? This book has frames just like the other Jan Brett books we have read. What else do you notice about the illustrations? Honey Guide scolded Badger as he waddled back to the jackalberry tree, his tummy almost touching the ground. She fussed and fumed as he tried to fit into his burrow. Finally, she cried out for all the animals to hear. No fair! No fair! Soon, all the guinea hens were broadcasting the news. Honey Guide is in a major rage. But Badger didn't hear. He was sound asleep, smiling, snoring, and hiccuping from his big meal. Grumph! Badger roared out as the loudest hiccup of all day, and its deep, low rumble growl gave Honey Guide an idea. What do you think her idea might be? The next morning, Badger woke up hungry. His tummy was flat as a pancake. That's when Honey Guide flew by, heading for the great gray baobab. That's a tree. Honey, 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 she cried, grinning. The little bird zigzagged over its large roots. Pitter-patter. Badger ran after her. Pitter-patter. Where do you think Honey Guide and Badger are going? Honey Guide flew low across the water. Splish splash. Badger paddled after her. Splish splash. Honey Guide glided to the top of a termite mound and bounced on one foot. Sprung! Badger scrambled up to the top and bounced off. Sprung! Honey Guide landed on a hollow log. It echoed as she stomped along. Boom, boom. Badger hurried to catch up. Boom, boom. Next, Honey Guide flitted through a stand of papyrus. Tall, dry reeds waved back and forth, clickety-click. Badger traipsed along, muttering, "Where is that honey?" The papyrus rattled as he went by, clickety-click. They've been running for a really long time. Do you think Honey Guide is leading Badger to the honey? Well, where could they possibly be going otherwise? Honey Guide led him through a field of golden bristle grass. Swish, swish. Badger huffed and puffed, but the thought of the delicious meal waiting for him kept him going. Swish, swish. By now, Badger was tired and wet, itchy and sore. But he didn't slow down because Honey Guide was way ahead of him. She flapped her wings, fanned her tail, and dove under an acacia tree. Badger charged in after her, singing triumphantly, "Honey, honey!" Something's different about this page. What do you think is behind the flap? What makes you think that? Honey, honey, lion. Lion, lion, lion! Badger turned on his tail and ran. Swish, swish through the grass, clickety-click through into the papyrus, boom, boom over the hollow log. Sprung over the termite mound, splish, splash across the water hole, pitter-patter over the baobab roots. Badger dashed into his burrow. Honey Guide cheered. In a flash, Badger was as far from the entrance as he could be. Right behind him was Lion's huge paw batting the air, but he could not reach him. And that's the closest any animal could be to an angry lion and live to tell the tale. That evening, Mongoose squeaked to Elephant, who trumpeted to Hippo, who bellowed to Warthog, who squealed to Bishop Bird, who piped to Hyena, who whooped to Zebra, who snorted to Giraffe, who was overheard by Guinea Hen, who bugled it out far and wide. It was a bush telegraph. And it said, "If Honey Guide leaves you to honey, be sure and reward her, or next time she will lead you to a lion." Do you think that Badger has learned his lesson? He was pretty lucky.